Hello and welcome to Normal to Formal Podcast, episode number 3. I'm your host, Tia Young. I'm the founder of Tiayoungimage and Etiquette. I help my clients learn the soft skills for success through professional development and etiquette training. This week, I like to focus on gratitude, common courtesies, or magic words. You remember, please, thank you, I'm sorry, excuse me, and you're welcome. We don't hear those enough in today's society. Just last week, Governor Ron DeSantis issued a statewide stay-at-home order for Florida, which will be in effect for 30 days to try to slow the spread of the COVID-19 coronavirus. Floridians are ordered to remain at home except for essential activities, and only essential businesses or essential services should remain open. Floridians are ordered to remain at home except for essential activities, and only essential businesses or services should remain open. As part of that order, the governor's office issued this guidance about what essential means. Essential activities include attending religious services conducted in churches, synagogues, and housing of worship. And that one's kind of controversial because we just had a pastor that was arrested because he did provide religious services in person. Also, participating in recreational activities such as walking, biking, hiking, fishing, hunting, running, or swimming. Taking care of pets. Caring for or otherwise assisting a loved one or friend. And it also notes a social gathering in a public space is not an essential activity. The governor's order noted local jurisdictions shall ensure that groups of people greater than 10 are not permitted to congregate in any public space. So those are the essential activities guidelines. I recently wrote a book called How to Navigate Premium Experiences with Confidence, Your Guide to Social Success. The only thing is right now, we cannot be around each other socially. Our next category is essential businesses, and that includes healthcare providers, including but not limited to hospitals, doctors, dentist offices, urgent care centers, physical therapists, and pharmacies. Grocery stores, farmers markets, produce stands, supermarkets, convenience stores, and other establishments engaged in the retail sale of canned food, dry goods, fresh fruits, vegetables, pet supply, fresh meats, fish, poultry, and any other household consumer products. Businesses that provide shelter, newspaper, television, radio, and other media services, gas stations and related facilities, banks and related financial institutions, hardware stores, contractors, businesses providing mailing and shipping services, including post office boxes, private college, trade schools, and technical colleges, but only as needed to facilitate online or distance learning, laundromats, dry cleaners, and laundry service providers. Also on that list, restaurants and other facilities that prepare and serve food. Businesses that supply office products, businesses that supply other essential businesses with support, businesses that ship or deliver groceries, food, goods, or services directly to residences, airlines, taxis, and other private transportation. Providers providing transportation via automobile, truck, bus, or train. I'm a former United Airlines flight attendant. And back in 2001, while I was flying, I was actually on maternity leave, but 9/11 happened and many jobs were lost at that time because the world had changed and airlines weren't flying as much as they had been. Therefore, the staff was not needed. I was able to keep my job because I had a little more seniority. I had 10 years in at that time. I had started in 91, and by 2001, I had 10 years in. So I went on what's called voluntary furlough for several years. Also included on essential businesses, landscape and pool care businesses, professional services such as legal or accounting, child care facilities providing services that enable employees to in order to work as permitted, waste management services including collection and disposal of waste. We're home more, the whole family's home, therefore we're eating more food, we're making more waste. We desperately need our waste management services at this time. Continuing on the list, the next is essential services. That's the healthcare and the public health sectors. Workers who perform critical clinical research, development, and testing needed for the COVID-19 response. These healthcare providers and caregivers include physicians, dentists, psychologists, practitioners, nurses, infection control and quality assurance personnel, pharmacists, occupational therapists, and the list goes on and on. Also, hospital and laboratory personnel, those that admit and discharge, workers in other medical and biomedical facilities, outpatient rehabilitation, public health, community health workers, workers who manage health plans, billing, and health information, who cannot practically work remotely. So as you see, essential businesses and services are greatly needed at this time. So what can we do to show our gratitude for those people that continue to work during this pandemic? I suggest an essential thank you. An essential thank you to all those workers and service providers that are out there on the front line providing for us. They're risking their health to continue to make the world go around. On the list, law enforcement, public safety, and other first responders. Let's tell them thank you. 911 call center employees and public safety answering points. Workers supporting groceries, pharmacies, convenience stores, and other retail that sell human food and pet supply. We are blessed to have so many people continuing to work and support us. What can we do to say thank you? An essential thank you for those service providers and businesses that are providing for us during this difficult time. Essential thank you. Let's send a text. Let's create for about 30 seconds. Let's create a video. Let's show them how much we care. Let's write a letter. Let's make a phone call. Let's post to our family and friends and use the hashtag essential thank you. Hashtag essential thank you. I'd like to personally thank my husband. He's in an essential business, the automobile industry. People still need to get around. They still need their car serviced. They also may need to buy a new car at this time. She's a physician in Houston, Texas, and is still on the front line working. My brother Robert, he's still on the front line working at the Postal Service. So those are three right there that I can tell personally how much I appreciate and how grateful I am to them. So who can you reach out to tell thank you? Hashtag essential thank you to all those essential service providers and those essential businesses. I recently had to order groceries and I didn't feel comfortable going to the store, so I used my Shipt account to order food from Publix and had it delivered to the house. That way, I didn't have to be around more than 10 people, which is the mandate at this time. I ordered pizza last week and had it delivered to the house. And I thanked the pizza delivery guy with a tip a little bit more than I normally would give. The same with the grocery delivery person. I ordered a couple things from a couple of my favorite boutiques, and it was delivered promptly in a few days. So people are still working, believe it or not. So we want to make sure we show our appreciation and say an essential thank you to all those essential people. Who can you reach out to thank? Let me help you. Those are the people: fire service, law enforcement, emergency medical service, healthcare services, trash collectors, automobile repair and trucking services, grocery stores, supermarkets, hardware stores, convenient and discount stores, pharmacies, post offices and shipping outlets, gas stations and truck stops, banks and financial institutions, veterinary services and pet stores, laundromats and dry cleaners, agriculture, public transportation, essential stays in hotels, commercial lodging, dormitories, shelters, and homeless encampments, child care centers and daycares opening in accordance with requirements set forth by their licensing authorities and COVID-19 guidance. So those are just a few people that we can reach out to and say thank you. An essential thank you to those essential people and businesses. Thank you for listening to the Normal to Formal podcast today. I look forward to seeing you again next Monday for an all-new episode of Normal to Formal. Thank you and have a great day.